Okay.
I love this blazer, by the way. This blazer is giving. I have a closet full of fucking blazers. I live in 900-degree temperatures. Make it make sense. Okay. So many wedding planners that I talk to feel disorganized when it comes to all the tasks and all the things that they're responsible for, from client to-dos to getting back to vendors who, by the way, never seem to answer their emails. That'll be another conversation for another day. To even running and managing their own business. It can feel overwhelming. And honestly, it's pretty easy to let your business and your client process get disorganized fast. But in this video, I thought, let's walk through some steps to wrap your arms around the wedding planning process and how you can organize it better in your business. Hey, if you're new around here, I'm Candice Coppola. I'm your business BFF, and I talk about all things growing a wedding planning business here on my channel. So if you want to learn how to grow your wedding planning business, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and be sure to turn on the notification bell so you'll know every Thursday when I upload a new and spicy video to my channel. Now listen, being disorganized as a wedding planner, it feels like an oxymoron. Wedding planners are literally the most organized people on the planet, but truth be told, behind the scenes, if you peek behind the curtain, you know, the great Wizard of Oz, he looks all magical on the surface, but inside it's purely a shit show. I want to make your shit show look a little bit better on the inside and give you some confidence to organize your client process and go from disorganized wedding planner to organized wedding planner. First of all, there's no shame in saying, hey, I feel like my process could be better organized. The more you are able to admit and acknowledge that you need a little help here, you need to seek out new ideas or just a new way of doing things, the more you give yourself the opportunity to actually make the changes that are gonna make you feel more confident in your process. So there's no shame in saying, hey, I'm feeling disorganized or things have gotten chaotic behind my business. It's grown beyond what I expected, or I didn't have systems and processes in place and now I'm really paying the price. It's okay to admit those things because that's the first step in changing things for the better. So no shame here. What I want you to do though is I want you to grab a pen and a piece of paper because the tips I'm gonna give you today, you're definitely gonna wanna write down, and there's gonna be some homework and some continuing things that you'll need to do in order to get your business back on track into that organized, beautiful business it once was before all these clients came in and messed everything up and your business grew really fast. So the first thing I want you to do, the first step in cleaning up this mess and getting more organized as a wedding planner is to map out your customer workflow. In a past video, I will link it. I talked about the 5 things you need to have in order to succeed as a wedding planner. And one of those things was a clearly defined process and a client journey. And so the first step that we're gonna take here is to map out your customer workflow. Before we can do anything else, we need to understand how your business helps somebody go from engaged to married, and all the juicy stuff that happens in between. So what you need to do is take a look at the customer journey from onboarding to offboarding and map out what we like to call touch points and milestones. Things that happen throughout the planning process that either check something off the list or solidify that another phase of planning can begin. So let me give you some examples. Somebody hires their photographer, great. That is a milestone, yay. We have that, that is a check. We are done with that, hooray. And so that is what we would call a milestone. Another milestone that then maybe graduates into another phase of the planning process is creating a budget. Once you've created the budget, boom, that's a big milestone. First, let's celebrate. We have our numbers together. Next, we're able to take those numbers and start designing the wedding. We're able to take our budget and then figure out creatively what can we do within that budget. So it kicks off another phase of the planning process. Touch points are areas where you would touch base with your client. So I see a touch point as sending them a budget questionnaire to kick off that process, sending them a design questionnaire to kick off that process, maybe having your mid-planning meeting or your final planning meeting. Those are all touch points with your client to check in, to see how things are going, or to firm up details so that you can hit the next milestone. So in this client journey that you're gonna map out, you're gonna look for touch points and milestones, and you're gonna map them throughout the process. Now, if mapping out the client journey just feels really intimidating, maybe you feel like you don't have the time to do it, or you're really stuck and you don't know where to start, I'm gonna encourage you to go and download my full planning playbook, which maps out the entire client journey for a full service client from start to finish, from onboarding to offboarding, and every touch point and milestone in between. This is gonna really help you figure this out so you don't stay stuck here, and worse, be like, oh, I'll get to that later, and you never actually figure this stuff out, and your process continues to stay disorganized. So our first step is mapping out the client journey from start to finish and all the touch points and milestones in between. Once you have that, I think then it's important for you to consider how this journey can be supported by technology that will help you to organize your system better. I love a good notebook, I love a good pen, and I still use that in my business to this day. I believe in paper, it's fine, but you need a digital system that's gonna help you plan your clients' weddings. And even better, if that digital system, the client can be a part of it to check things off their own to-do list, to communicate, and to collaborate with you. So all that to say, step 2 is then choosing a project management system that's gonna support you as a wedding planner in planning your clients' weddings. Now, a project management software is just what it sounds like. It's software that helps you manage your weddings, manage a project or a set of projects. I personally have a favorite project management software. It's called Asana. I'm gonna add a little bit of footage here of my Asana and how I use it. Asana is an amazing platform for supporting your clients, seeing through any project, planning weddings, and even working on projects within your own business, like your marketing strategy. I use Asana to create YouTube videos and to network with my team on projects. So I use the platform Asana to get more things done in my business, and I personally think that Asana is an amazing platform for wedding planners, for you and your team to behind the scenes plan your customers' weddings, but then also to have a space where you can communicate and connect with your clients right in Asana. We have created an amazing client portal using Asana that we have inside the Planner's Playbook. If you want more information on our planning portal, you can feel free to reach out to me and I can share more information with you. But our planning portal has helped our members to seamlessly plan their clients' weddings and to take this client journey that they've mapped out on paper, that they have inside their playbook, and to actually bring it to life. That it's easy to interact, that helps to set reminders and due dates, where all client information and notes and documents can all be stored in one place. So you're gonna wanna search for something similar. What I love about a project management tool like Asana is that it does some pretty specific things that help wedding planners. First, it helps to increase your productivity by using the templates it has and the ones we've created, and also workflows. So workflows are like automations, things that happen every single time something is completed or something is triggered, an automation happens, which just cuts down on clerical tasks, which I think we all can agree we'd like to do a lot less. Asana also helps you avoid making costly mistakes, because if your process is in a project management software, then you really won't miss deadlines for tasks. You're able to assign tasks to different people, set deadlines, get reminders, so nothing should fall through the cracks. And you might be experiencing that right now. You might have forgotten to email a vendor, or to follow up for the 100th time with a vendor on something. So Asana helps to alleviate that stress of forgetting to do something, or there's just stress that you're going to forget to do something. It also helps to collaborate with team members. So as your wedding planning business grows, you may have subcontractors, a virtual assistant. You may even bring in team members organically inside your team who work in your office. And Asana is a great way for you to delegate tasks, to collaborate on weddings, and work together. It also enhances your client experience, so you are able to provide a better client experience for your clients because they're able to connect and network with you right on Asana. It also allows you to control the cadence and the tempo of planning. One of the biggest grievances I had as a planner was not being able to control the client in every aspect of the planning process as we move through different phases. I wanted to be able to say when it was time for us to move on and graduate to hiring this vendor or to be working on this design process. And without something like Asana, I felt like it was really hard for me to control the cadence and the tempo of planning. When to speed it up, when to slow it down based on the number of days left of planning and what had been accomplished and what was left to do. And with Asana, you're really able to control the cadence and the tempo of planning, putting you once again in the driver's seat. I also love that it integrates with other tools you might be using like Google Drive. It integrates with things like Typeform and Notion. So if you're using other tools in your business, Asana easily integrates with them natively, and you can use a third-party software like Zapier to integrate softwares like Honeybook that may not natively integrate with Asana. Once you've selected your project management software, we're gonna move into step 3, and that is to automate and systematize your workflow. I think it's important to find places in your process that can be automated, templated, and to have workflows that are working behind the scenes that don't need you to pull every lever or hit every button. When you have a project management software, there should be automations built in. And automations can look really different depending on the software. But for instance, in our software, in Asana and in our planning portal that we've created, when a task gets completed, another task gets assigned. So these are automations and triggers that can happen naturally, and as soon as something is done, another thing is prompted, or another thing is assigned, or another due date is added, all helping to cut back on time and clerical work that you might be just wasting a lot of time doing. I love automations. I think a lot can be automated, from invoice reminders to certain wedding planning tasks. And the benefits of automation just help to free up your time and to make sure that the same process is being given to every client. So they're literally having similar experiences, which is what we want. But there are some things in wedding planning that can't be automated. There are some things where a human needs to be the person doing it. You know, we can't automate a meeting. There are just certain things that you have to interact with your client on, and that just can't be automated. There's just not the technology for it, or it requires nuance, which means automation just isn't going to be possible. And in those spaces, we can move on to the next step. So once you've automated your project management software to the best of your ability and capabilities now, I want you to move into step 4, which is to use templates. And to create templates, to purchase templates if you want to get a shortcut, but use templates and rinse and repeat those templates. Where automation can't step in for us, templates can do an equivalent job. Now, we can look at templates for emails, client communication, meeting agendas. There's so many things, a real running list for templates. We have several templates inside my shop, the Candice Coppola shop. I'll link that down below. And we have templates, everything from client dashboards to budget Google Sheets to client workflows and email templates and questionnaire templates. But templates really do save you a lot of time. And again, they provide a consistent experience for every customer that you serve. And consistency is very important. When we become disorganized in our client process, we lose the consistency and the quality control, and everybody is having different experiences. Some clients are getting the best of you, while other clients aren't getting the best of you. So templates really help to maintain consistency in your business. Now, when it comes to creating templates for your business, I recommend working on client-facing templates first. So work on emails you would send to clients. It could be maybe a PDF on gratuity, and then the email that accompanies that PDF when it's time to tell your clients, hey, you need to start thinking about gratuity for your wedding day. There's so many different options here, but focus on client-forward communication and templates first, and then you can start thinking about templates for business, templates for sales, things like that. I also really love to, when I send an email to a client, I ask myself, well, would another client want to receive this email too? And if that's the case, then maybe it's time to create a template so that I can consistently send a very similar email at this point in planning, or make a template out of something that I just find myself repeating a million times. If you're aware that every email you send could become a template to send to a future client, if you just have awareness about that, write a sticky note, put it on your computer so that you have this awareness, you will look at the emails you write differently, and you'll save yourself a ton of time by amassing templates that allow you to provide the same experience to every client and not waste time starting from scratch in every email, in every client communication that you might have. Now, you also, like I said, are going to want to create templates as you go. So just be aware of this throughout the process and make sure that you're creating templates as you go. So let's recap here on how you can go from disorganized to organized. The first step is to map out your customer workflow, the customer journey. Know what that looks like from onboarding to offboarding and every touch point and milestone in between. Then you're going to want to choose a project management system that's going to do a lot of the heavy lifting for you, and you're just going to put in your client workflow, and the project management system will support you. If you want to learn more about our amazing planning portal inside Asana, just email me and I can send you some more details on how you can acquire that. Next, you're going to want to automate and systematize your workflows. Look for ways to automate things so that you don't have to push all the buttons all the time. And where you can't automate and you need that human connection, use templates that you can rinse and repeat, both client-facing and then also internal templates that your business might use. And over time, you're going to be able to get your business more organized. You're going to feel more confident in your process, and every customer is going to have a very similar positive experience, and that helps us to feel very confident. I think we feel the worst when we know that the quality of planning that we're giving is differing for every customer, that they're not all receiving the same attention, the same thought, and having an organized system like I've just outlined for you is gonna just make that go away, and you're gonna be able to serve your clients so much better. That's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I've linked another video here that I think you should check out, and I'll see you in the next video.